going to need additional or repeat HOA letters because it's now gone to the main committee. We're still looking for ideas for the Route 66 Centennial. And something that wasn't on old business but should have been, we're still looking for ideas for meeting topics. We've got the next 2 months covered, but so far as I know, we haven't come up with anything for August and beyond. So if you've got an idea, actually we do have an idea, don't we? Never mind. So when are you going to do your key thing?
Last month.
Yeah,
I did it last month.
last month. Okay, I guess that's because I was out of town and on vacation visiting my grandson, which, sorry, takes precedence over this. Anyway, so we need more ideas for meetings. New business, let's cover field day. Again, just to repeat, we need operators, we need people to help set up, we need people, we'll be planning field day next month, so there'll be more details then. The All Ham Club dinner is Thursday the 19th.
Thursday.
Sorry?
Okay, the calendar I'm looking at is confused.
It could be. I mean, it says Thursday, May 19th.
The day may be wrong, but it's
The
also
day may be wrong, but it's always on a Thursday.
Yeah, I get that. I believe
Thursday would be the 14th or the 21st.
21st.
21st?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be the 21st, not the 19th. That may be a date left over from a previous month. 6 p.m. at
The
Pickles.
notice came out on the for the 14th.
Sorry?
The notice came out showing it
Yeah, thank you.
14th.
I just had a little exchange on email about that, so who's right? When is it?
It's either the 14th or the 21st.
Should it be on the Cora website?
It's on the core and it was the 21st.
It's on the Cora website and it's the 21st, someone said. Okay.
Okay.
Then you're on your own to figure out which day it is.
First is Thursday.
That's
Uh,
But the 21st would be a Saturday.
No.
Okay, I have no idea. The ARRL grant for a new
This is the Thursday.
8.2 antenna installation. Does someone know anything about that?
Henry, you want to?
What's that? What was the question? Tom filled me in on something.
The bottom one.
Okay, what that was is we want to consider applying for a grant from that grant company or club that gives money to ham clubs. What he wants to apply for is a new antenna that's cut specifically for 2 meters, and the coax and the climbing, the crew to put it up. Is that the one at Newcastle?
No.
No.
This is up north of the
Black.
Capitol. At Blacks.
That's in black.
Okay.
8.2.
I thought he said Newcastle, but that could have been my hearing problem. But that's what he wants to apply the grant for. The climbing crew, the coax, maybe just the climbing crew and a new antenna cut for that one's cut for business, I think, and he wants to buy it for a cut for ham.
Most of them are.
Say again, sir?
Most of them are.
I would like to move that we give Tom authority to pursue this. He's gotten a lot of this information all together, and he's making arrangements to visit with the ARRL folks at Dayton to make sure we get this grant applied properly. But the grant would be applying for a new DB224E antenna and the cost of the climbing crew to install it and fittings and so forth. That would, anything that's needed that way. So we don't know the exact amounts yet because we're still getting some of that together. But Tom will get that together and I think we just need to give him authority to do that. And I'm not sure he has to have it, but
He doesn't.
I think it would be a good idea to have it in the form of a motion for him to pursue that.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
The antenna farm, yeah.
Opposed? Okay. So he'll get the information for that. Good. Okay. You
I'll
had
go
some
last,
new
but
business.
if anybody else has new business.
Yeah, you had some new business.
Dave.
Yeah, new business.
Just a minute, let me turn this back off.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to mention that we've come up with some costs that for site preparation and additional components we're going to need to make this linking work between the two sites, Newcastle and Integris. And here's a breakdown of what it's going to take and what I'm going to ask for. So we need 2 power modules, and these are not just run-of-the-mill ones. These are little 4mm ones. They're kind of specialized to the Dell 4030 or 3040 little boxes that we're going to use for computers. Also, because of the security concerns down at Integris, we're going to need to put an equipment shelf and a 19-inch rack. If any of you have any of them you want to donate, by the way, get with me. That would be nice. So off of Amazon, I found some that are about 25 bucks with tax. That'll be adequate, and that's for security and also to kind of mount it in an obscure location up on the top of the tower. A lot of times there's worker bees up there, the guys that fix the roof and all that, and if it's raining or whatever, they're milling around in there, and we don't want the hot spot to disappear or any of our equipment. So doing this will, it's not to say that somebody can't get to it that really wants to, but it's going to be a real pain in the butt to get there. So knowing the minimal effort theory, that probably will be safe. The next thing is 4 connectors, and because this may be a prototyping effort, we don't want to be soldering and unsoldering wires down here on site. So I found screw-down terminals that'll work for DB15 and DB9 connectors. $40 for that roughly. 2 Wi-Fi modules. I have one that's kind of working that we may get by with, and Dwayne thinks he has another one. The ones we had are from Raspberry Pis years ago, and some of you may even have bought some of them sometimes. It's called EDI Max. It's kind of a generic run-of-the-mill Wi-Fi adapter, a little tiny guy that plugs into the Raspberry Pi, gives you Wi-Fi.
I gave you those too, so you can check those out too.
Yeah, and I've got a couple in my pocket that Dwayne gave me. That one of those may work. And then cable. Well, I couldn't believe the cost of cable. I ordered some from Amazon, and they sent me the wrong thing. It was absolutely not shielded. It was shielded by air. Not adequate, so I had to return that. Found some more from another vendor that looks like it's perfect. It's about, it'll probably be $31 maybe. So what we're looking at here is probably 150 bucks maybe. So we're going to ask for 200 approved that we probably won't use all of, but I'd like to not have to be waiting to go back to the well 6 months from now or several months to get this approved. So the idea is to move out. Questions?
What kind of cord?
8 conductor with a shielded, the tinfoil shield, and ideally the metal mesh shield, and with a drain wire for grounding and shielding. And we need about 2 8-foot pieces or 2 4-foot pieces probably but you got to buy 25 feet. So that's why we're spending $27 and something for a cable. Yes, sir.
I'd like to move that we allocate up to $250 because it seems like there's always something that's necessary later on. Now, if Dave is trying to save us money, and if we've got these Wi-Fi adapters, and that's going to save money, so by the same token, there's going to be who knows what little nits and gnats, and we don't need to have to wait each time to come back for approval to get this done. So I'd like to see us approve up to $250 as necessary, not just unallocated, to make sure that this project is continued and done properly.
I'll second.
So we've got second.
And before we
You
get
have a
too far,
comment.
I would like to add, as I did the last time when we allocated money to this, we still have money in the 21 repeater fund. And rather than dip into the available funds, I think we should pay for it out of that. But I
I think
agree
that's
with
the
the
second
200.
second motion.
Yeah.
So,
Or you can make it the same
Yeah, I just like,
Okay,
can put
yeah,
it
we can add
together.
it on there and just have it as, and these funds to come out of the 2-1 funds.
Okay, you seconded it. Do you second the amendment? All right. So the motion says allocate up to $250 to come out of the 2-1 repeater fund for the connection that we're doing here. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hey.
Opposed?
Get her done.
Done.
Technical question. on
Yes.
that. I'm not arguing for or against it. Rather than to buy the 25 feet, is it possible to go through a coax seller and get 2 4s with pre-tips? Or is that not possible? Save you a lot of work.
Not for this. This isn't the kind of stuff you find, you know, that you go buy at
Okay.
Best Buy or anything like that. This is
Putting on
something
tips
that's
is a
commercial,
pain if you could buy 2 pieces of
and you
pre-tip.
don't find it everywhere.
It's not two conductor coax.
And Walmart doesn't carry it.
You can buy cable.
Ranger carries everything.
That's what they said.
Okay. You had a new one.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading the bio of one of the clubs that won Club of the Year in the ARL magazine, and one of them had a suggestion to make, I don't mean make with hold them down and beat them up, but really push techs to become net control operators. So I don't think that I've got any techs in the class, I mean, in the meeting, so there's probably arguing against
I'm a
error.
tech.
What's that?
I'm a tech.
Okay, this is for you then.
But
And
I
any-
can,
and
but
any
I
other-
can only hit the 8-2. I can't hit the
Okay.
2-1.
What I would like to do is maybe at our next meeting and several meetings and Ham Holiday, really ask the techs, one of them or more, to become a net control operator. Most of them are going to say, "Oh, I don't know what to do," and I'm scared and all that stuff. So what I'm offering to do is sit down with them and bring all of my stuff that I use on the net and tell them you can use this, you can modify it, create your own, whatever you care to do. But I've got lots of little mechanical things that help me run the net. You know, keep track of the last people that check in, so I can get fills, partial fills. If I can just catch a name, catch a part of a call sign, how to keep track of the frequencies. We've got 4 repeaters and three simplex that we could draw on. So anyway, I'm going to try to round up a couple of techs because we're not having any luck with the more advanced guys volunteering for net control. And we sure, if we had 6, man, you'd like once every 6 weeks you'd have to be on. So questions, Lucian?
Yeah. So, when you're looking for a new net control, and now with this about new techs, it seems like it's all or nothing. You got to do it and get in rotation. How about just do it once for practice and somebody tutor that? How about having somebody as a relief when one of the regular people? But you don't ask for that. It's all or nothing.
Okay, that's good advice, and I'll certainly push that because I don't think any of the net control operators would care one way or the other. So that's an excellent suggestion.
It'll give you net control operators a relief person.
Got it. Okay. All right.
and I will
Yes.
say, I will volunteer to be a relief. For where I'm located, it's better when we're on the 275. That's my best repeater I can hit best from my house, and if I'm in town.
Lincoln's gonna
Ask me.
solve a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I'll throw my name in as a
Well, see,
relief.
and reliefs are nice because since the net is always on Thursday, if the net control operator is going to the meeting, then usually we switch within. And Dayton, you know, we're having to switch because of that. People get sick, so that's great. And I'll keep both those suggestions. Net, you know, relief is part of what you said. So, all right, excellent.
Thank you. I think I'll follow you. I think I'm up next.
Any other new business?
We've talked kinda in the past about the possibility of having like a swap meet type thing.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, we do have a volunteer. Of course, I think that at this point, we're kind of waiting on our machines to get linked. But after that, I just want to kind of keep it fresh in people's mind, because the individual that has volunteered to get that started as net control is sitting right here. Rich, WB5 YBZ, has volunteered to get that thing started and to run with it. So, you know, I just want to keep that in everybody's mind as one way that we can start trying to get our machines more useful. We need more activity on our machines, period. We've got 4 machines, and I guarantee if you check on any of them right now, they're gonna, not because we're sitting here, but they're silent. We get back in our cars, they're gonna be silent.
Yeah, we get back in our cars, and the only ones that we're gonna be talking to are a few of the folk here that are leaving the meeting, yeah. Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
Jensen.
Well, I was just wondering, do I need a microphone? Oh, good. I have a microphone. Hello? Oh, this sounds so good, doesn't it? I was just wondering.
It's a military funeral.
Okay.
No wonder.
Yeah, that's what it is. The boom boom.
Out from under the tables. So,
I was wondering, Tom seems like he's a public relation officer for our club because he's sends out press releases and stuff like that. And I was just wondering also if there could be any type of press releases like how ham radio has affected me or something like that. Some of you guys are smart. I'm not smart. That could put an article in the papers. And by the way, I'm a member of the OCAPA club that meets such and such and such, and have the public see that we have places here. Also, if you Google ham radios in 73110 Midwest City, I believe, it'll show you all the hams in that zip code area. If we did that for Del City and Moore, Choctaw, I wonder if we could find all the hams and send out a mass emailing or something. Maybe ARRL could help us with that and say, we'd like to invite you to our club meeting. Maybe we could find some more hams that didn't even know we exist. Something like that.
I think Mark Klein definitely has access to that information.
Yes, it does.
You know, the data, who all the hams are and stuff. 'Cause
Anything else? It's a good comment. I keep that in mind.